Departure day, April 19, 2022 from El Cid Marina here in Mazatlan. And we're getting everything ready to go. We're just waiting for high tide because it is such an iffy thing getting out of here. We're barely at 6 feet in here and we're drafting 5.5, so we want to give it a little bit more. But just kind of a last look around before we get out of the slip. So that's how you get in and out of here, right there. That's the entrance. Have all kinds of events across there. I think I videoed some of that to begin with. They've had weddings over there and just all around gathering. Good place to go walk. The boat here on the end of our dock, on the side tie there, they're going to be taking off yet this week or maybe next week. They're leaving. We had two boats here beside us. They left this morning. We're leaving. But it'll be kind of empty on this side. This boat has a couple from South Africa. They left it here, unfortunately, for 2 years due to COVID. Philip and his wife, and they've come back for 2 months trying to make sure it's okay and everything, and there's an issue with batteries and just a ton of mold, and just I don't think they had someone really taking care of it, or if so, they did not do a very good job. But anyhow, it's a beautiful day. We have light winds. We're supposed to have winds out of the south, which is what we need and want. And so we'll finish getting ready and I'll give you a look at where we're going to try to go to next. We are not going to shoot straight across and go to La Paz. You can't get a slip there. They charge you to anchor there. And our goal is to not have to pay to anchor if we can help it. But anyway, we're going to shoot up to another little spot that's about 30 nautical miles from here. We'll see if it's got anything that we can get accommodated in for shelter. A little bit of shelter from the south should the winds pick up, but it looks like they're going to die this afternoon some. So if we depart here at 11, as we have planned, we should be in there by 5 p.m. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll give you a look later on. So there's El Cid in the rearview mirror, and Marina Mazatlan and Nautica Costa Bonita, which is a private resort right behind that strange shaped building back there. But there's the rest of Mazatlan. So we're headed out, left about 11:15. Current was a little bit strong, and of course we always seem to be in a slip that's on the wrong side of the dock that we need to get out easily, but Captain did it just perfect and we made it. So here we go, a look at our day. Hopefully we'll see dolphins and turtles, and you never know what we're going to see. So we're headed to a place, and I'm going to spell it. It's Piaxtla. Piaxtla. And we'll see what that brings. If we can't get in there for an anchorage, then we'll just keep moving. Because what? We're flexible.
We are fluid, baby. Fluid.
Fluid and flexible.
New word, fluid.
New word, fluid. So I guess we'll use fluid more often. Anyway, there you go. So, as all sailing goes, we've had a change of plan. We initially was going to leave El Cid Marina and go to a place called Piaxtla. Piaxtla for an anchorage. Right? About 30 miles from nautical miles from El Cid Marina, so from Mazatlan. We get up there, we take a look at it, and there's some really bad breaking waves over the shoals. The shoals are really bad. So we diverted, and we are now headed into a place called Altata, but that requires an overnight, which is okay. We can handle that. If all that goes well, we should get in there by 2 p.m. once we can put those back to use. We lost all of our wind. We weren't getting anywhere 2 knots, so we, in lieu of wanting to get to that anchorage, we threw the motor on so we could get there before dark. So currently we are motoring. The sun is getting ready to set over here. So you can tell we are headed just darn near due west. Gotta go north, but we're going west. But we'll get there. You know, flexibility. Being fluid in your plan. I hear somebody chuckling at me in the background. But, so, that's what we're doing. We're going to head to Altata, and hopefully find that as a nice anchorage in there. It is a sandbar. We'll have to cross the bar at high tide.
I'm hoping to hell.
We're hoping to hell to get there at high tide. So that's about 19 more hours from where we are right now.
So that'll be 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, about 2 in the afternoon, so we're going to check the tides.
2 in the afternoon tomorrow. It won't be high.
What will it be if it's not high? Are we on slack or are we?
It'll be 1.7 feet. So it'll be kind of in between the high and the low in the afternoon. But the low is only a 1.2 foot, so it's not a big swing.
Not a big swing.
So long as it'll be an outgoing tide when we get there, but there should be a ton of current because it's not a very
There's a
big
ton of
swing.
current when it's an outgoing tide there, according to the books.
Yeah, so we'll see.
We'll see. We'll read up some more on it throughout the night. You know, when we have nothing else to do.
Right.
Nothing else to do but stare at the dark and our screens. Keep ourselves awake. Since we weren't planning on it, neither of us rested this afternoon for any length of time. So, and it's after 7 p.m. our time. Neither of us are hungry, so dinner is not on the stove. And we've had some pretty rough waves out here, which is different than what we had all day. So we'll just see how it goes. We're snacking on stuff now. We'll get through. We won't die if we don't eat anything tonight. We got lots of snackies, drinks. Ricky likes his mixed nuts, so he's good. So we'll give you an update as we know what our update will be. Looks like we're going to be coming into a fog bank. You can see up here. Sorry we had to put the windshield down, but it is getting nighttime. It does get cool, it does get moist. See that? That's pretty cool. But you can definitely see that fog bank all across the front of us. Yep. Gonna be an iffy kind of night. Well, as things go, and as we have said, we need to be fluent. Oh, with fluid. We need to have fluidity.
Fluidity.
We need to have fluidity. So we were going to go to a place called Altata.
Altata.
And you have to hail the port captain or a guide panga to get in through the narrow channel and shallow channel. You need to do it at high tide. And we've been timing that and hailing them to get no response. and it has become very rolly out here. And so we have decided, since we're going to have to do another overnight to get to Topolobampo and hopefully be able to get in there, that we might as well turn around and head west towards, where are we going to go, honey?
I have us routed to go to Muertos, which is a little bit further than, well, not as far as La Paz, but it's supposedly a really pretty anchorage.
On the Baja side.
And it's on the Baja side, and there's no bar. And so it's going to take us, it's about 130 nautical miles. But at least there's no bar crossings. There's just a bay to go anchor in. And it's a little frustrating to not be able to hail somebody and get some input. I tell you to do that in the guidebooks, and it definitely needed to have a guide to go through there. So
From the looks of it,
from the looks of it, I did not feel comfortable. We were going to stop in Oxla yesterday and couldn't find a clear path to get into that anchorage, and so we decided to let's try to find some bays that are suitable to anchorage. So that's what we're going to do right now, and there's a lot of them over on the Baja side, a lot of bays that we can go anchor in instead of having to try to get into these where all the port captains are. So.
All right, there you have it from El Capitan. Sails are up. Looking fair. Still got to get my tails in the right direction, but can't get out there any farther to show you that. Still pretty rolly, which you need if you're going to have wind. So there you be. Head sails out, mains up, motor's off. And what do we hear? Water splashes only. And the wind in our ears. That's it. And someone's sitting there relaxing, like, there's nothing better to be done.
Oh, it's so nice.
Although he's got to go down to transfer fuel here in a minute.
Transfer fuel.
We're burning through the fuel here running last night. Finally got some good wind. And Rick reports that we hit 7.15 knots. Yay! Right now we're doing 6.22. And got some good wind, heeling over pretty good. Which is kind of odd for us because we don't get to heel much. But pretty much almost straight on our beam on the port side, so you can see these sails are looking really sweet. Tails are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody's got a nice curve to them. It just looks like we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Day 2, and the sun is setting again through a misty type windshield. It's really nasty looking, but it's a beautiful sunset on the 20th of April. Look at that. I don't know if this is going to be bright enough that you can see, but we have a hitchhiker on our bow, and he's really struggled to stay there. The bow rail is wet and salty. He has webbed feet, and he's got the wind because we're nose into the wind. And so he's been hanging in there, and then he has to fly off, and then he flies back and starts that process all over again. But when his tail gets over the starboard light, the green light shows his body. Nope, now he's lost his balance. Gotta gain it back. Whew, he says, man, this is hard work. I just want to rest. Anyway, enjoy your night, guys. Well, as you can tell, look at this window. There is a ton of humidity out here. You feel like you're in a sauna. Today's the 21st of April, 2022. Another day on the water. Daylight broke a little bit ago. Although our hitchhiker departed just before it got light enough, so I couldn't get a video of him leaving that little spot he perched on all night on the bow. So now, as soon as Rick gets up from his second bout of trying to get some sleep, try to do about 4 hours on, 4 hours off. Doesn't always work to get sleep. It finally had calmed down, so he could maybe get a little bit more rest. Doesn't bother me as much as it does him, but I think I've had about 7 hours of sleep in 2 days. So yeah, we're getting a little bit tired out here, and we'll see how he's done when he gets up. But when he gets up, back to the topic, we'll get those windows cleaned off so we can see what's in front of us a little easier. Just a look at the coastline here on the Baja side, as we're headed into, or going to be heading into, in about a half an hour or so, the Bahia de los Muertos. It's an anchorage. Looks like it's pretty well emptied out in there. I'll let you see the chart there. We got Pepperoni in there, but that's about it. That has AIS on. Some of the others that we know have already left. They're going up through the channel this morning, headed to La Paz and then on up from there. So, yep, it's had a power boat go by in just a minute ago in front of us, just whipping out. Wiped off some of the dew on the window, so it's still pretty hazy on the window here, but we'll flop open the inside windshield and have better view of what we're going to be doing when we go out here to anchor. So just wanted to give you a view of the coastline, and we'll give you more once we get anchored. So I'm going to step out here because Rick is in the mode of picking up a bunch of squid that we had fly up on board. Had one flying fish. Got to move some of my cushions here. And a bunch of squid. How many squids that make you now? How many? 10 squid? So here's a look now from the outside. So we got those 3 in here and us. And a super wet deck, as you can see. We got a van over there on the shore. Looks like they're camping out a little bit, which I read in the books that they do. I can hear their music.
When we arrived at 8:25 this morning, there were 3 boats already here and 2 boats that had spent the night here that were leaving already outside of the cove. And so since we've gotten here, these 2 boats arrived. Shamal, and I don't know the name of the one over there yet. And here it is at 6 o'clock. And there is a catamaran and another sailboat coming in to seek refuge for the night before heading on out Don't know. These looked like they were coming from the north down south. Otherwise, they'd be coming from the south instead of around this way. But tomorrow, we're going to go check out a hotel that has a great train collection that we were told by Rob Demon. Thank you, Ron. We're going to go check that out. So until then, enjoy this view, and we'll continue in a bit. Bahia de los Muertos, Bay of the Dead. There's a bunch of people on the beach tonight.
Razors.
These are razors boogieing down the sand. People in their dinghies running around. 5 razors. We were wondering where people landed on this beach, where you didn't get swamped. And Wild Blue took his doggy in their Pudgy just right over there and right straight behind us, and just paddled it right up there, jumped out and pulled it on the beach. And this dinghy here came from the catamaran on our left. And yeah, looks like that's kind of a little excursion thing. That might be fun.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to go up towards that white building, it looks like.
Yeah. And there is a resort over in this corner of the bay. I think this is the one Ron was telling us had the train collection, a little miniature train collection in it.
Anybody guess what kind of a night this is? What are we playing? What are we playing? Who's won? Who has lost? It's a game of chance.
$3.50.
Okay, so you know what kind of night we're having here. We're having a Farkle kind of night. So today's the 23rd of April. We dinghied in
I'm gonna go talk to these guys
to shore. Okay. And pulled the dinghy up on shore. Man, we just struggled to find out that we have a flat tire on the dinghy. Made it really tough. Wasn't rolling, we were just dragging it. But there's a resort here somewhere, so we're gonna go find out which one's the resort and which one is a private home. And hopefully walk the beach just a little bit if we can. So come with me for a walk inside the restaurant and we'll take a look. Here's a breakfast, scrambled eggs, hot cakes, burritos, fruit plates. Nice. Nice full bar. Nice. So we heard about this infamous train. So up above, the first level and the second level, is this entire train with a village. It goes all the way around. I don't know that it runs, but at least it's there. Oh, look. They got the whole exhibition up here. On both sides, I'm walking between it. So that's where you saw me a minute ago. And here's what I can see from down there. So now here's what I see from up here. This is pretty cool. And then the cases. And the McDonald's. And carousel with the children. think the owner of this loves trains. Whoever that person is. Look at that chandelier. Pretty extravagant. Pretty cool. And there's the Dan, the man with a boatload of kids.
This way?
Whatever
This
way
way?
you want, any way you want.
She goes, whatever way you want it. Well, then I want it more.
Thank you.
Oh, finally someone thanks me.
So this used to be the private property of the owner of this hotel resort area, over 40 acres. And we were invited over here by some friends who were celebrating a gentleman's 50th birthday, and they rented the whole place out. So I just wanted to take a picture of all of this.
We have fresh sticks.
We saw that. You invited us, we came.
This is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. So this is what we see from our boat. Yeah, our boat's out there.
Which one? The one you came in on or your real one?
Our real one.
Which one?
Our real one.
On the left.
Which one? The real one or the one we came in on?
The one on the, well, it's the second one from the left. It's right.
So cool. Would you like a beer?
Oh, no, we're good.
Yeah, thanks, yeah.
Thank you for
No, so actually it's the farthest one back here. So as you're looking at it, you got the farthest one out there. Then come on in, you've got that one, then the next one with the blue tops. That's ours.
Third one from the front.
Yep. And our dinghy's down here on the beach somewhere.
Right, and you guys
Oh,
really
it's
got
over here. Oh, there's our dinghy.
This is amazing.
It is
Yeah.
awesome right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we came ashore to the restaurant 1535. Some of the people here at the bar are with the birthday party, so they've been very gracious in talking to us. This is what 1535 looks like. Take life with a grain of salt and a slice of lime and a shot of tequila. So pretty cool. But this is what it is. And then you can see clear out into the bay. So that's pretty cool. They have their outdoor grill. So whatever food you're getting, you're going to get grilled outside here with the big, look at the big cactus. Isn't that huge? And Kia's sitting out there in all her glory.